Hey, what's going on there, guys? Cloud Truth here, and welcome back to Support Showcase, a series I do on my channel in which I showcase anything and everything support class. Whether it be weapons, gadgets, tactics, or strategies, I present them to you all in a manner of someone who has understood and played this class, therefore hoping to help you become a little bit better of a support class player here in Battlefield 4. Now for today's showcase, we have the RPK-12, a weapon that's a lot of you all have actually been requesting for quite some time, and the first episode I did, I saw it quite frequently in the comment section, so I figured I would go ahead and show this weapon and talk a little bit more about it. Now, the RPK-12 is not a weapon you unlock by leveling up your light machine guns in Battlefield 4. You actually have to complete an assignment which is with the base game. It's just get the support expert in terms of the gold standard. You have the bronze, silver, and gold assignments, and you have to unlock the bronze and silver to reach the gold one, which is to unlock the RPK-12. What the assignment entails is just to get 50 ammo ribbons, 200 kills with any light machine guns, and 10 light machine gun ribbons. It's not too difficult, just perhaps a little bit time consuming, and the best place to get your ammo ribbons is going to be Conquest or Obliteration on Operation Locker. You can literally rack up 10 to 15 ribbons in one round of Obliteration on that map. I'm not kidding. If you have Obliteration on Operation Locker, it can go on for hours is what it seems like. Realistically, it's maybe a little bit over an hour, sometimes under, and you can get a lot of ammo resupplies when playing Obliteration on that map. So if you're just trying to get those couple ribbons or 15 or 20, however many more you need, hop into a couple rounds of Obliteration on Locker and you will complete it. It may be torture, but you will ultimately get this weapon much quicker than you would probably on any other map or game mode. A little bit more about the RPK-12. What exactly is it good for? Where should this weapon be used? And how effectively can this be on the battlefield? Well, for those of you that have used this weapon yourself, making judgments based on the gameplay, or have seen the stats on Symthic.com, which is linked down below. You should definitely go check them out if you haven't done so already. You'll definitely know that the RPK is a longer range light machine gun here in Battlefield 4. Firing rather slow at 600 rounds a minute, this weapon is definitely meant to be used in the medium to longer ranges, but it can keep up in close quarters, just not very well. It's obviously going to lose to any weapon that fires faster. That's just kind of a base fact when it comes to rate of fire in close quarters with all weapons in really any FPS game. So weapons like the MG4, M249, even the M240B or LSAT can down an RPK-12, and of course any other weapon class such as carbines, assault rifles, PDWs, anything like that, you guys get the point. So the RPK-12 in terms of its usage here in Battlefield 4, longer range like I said. But one of the things that makes the RPK-12 so good at it really being used as a long-range LMG is its recoil control. It is very easy to manage. Why? Because it's all vertical. This weapon's recoil, it's actually got the highest first shot recoil of any light machine gun in the game. Not by much, but just by a little bit. And also got one of the higher vertical recoils among any LMGs. So it's all straight vertical recoil, which is much easier to control than trying to balance that bouncing back and forth horizontal recoil. That's a lot more difficult. So vertical recoil is what this weapon has, and that's one thing that makes it very, very deadly at range. So it's all about just pulling straight back on the mouse or thumbstick to be able to control the recoil of the RPK-12 and play a little bit more slower and a little bit more tactically, I guess you could say, when using this weapon, a lot like the Ultimax 100. So how about setups on the RPK-12? For me, it's the Cobra sight, 2x scope, the stubby grip, and muzzle brake. I've tried the heavy barrel and angled grip, doesn't really work well with this weapon. Certainly it is a longer range gun, but the heavy barrel does increase that first shot recoil, and I know the angled grip tones it down a little bit, but if you have the muzzle brake and stubby grip together, the combination of them allows you to have a much less of really recoil overall on your weapon, and a lot better accuracy. Not a ton, but enough to where you can make a difference with that stubby grip. So it really makes the RPK-12 almost like a laser beam at range. Sticking back behind your enemies, or behind your friendlies I should say, in order to pick off your enemies, is really the strategy you want to play with the RPK. You don't want to be up in the front lines trying to mow guys down by spraying from the hip for days. You need to be back either in buildings, behind cover, using your terrain, and using elevation is another thing with the RPK-12 and any other slow-firing LMG in Battlefield 4 to be able to do well with it. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Support Showcase. Be sure to go out and give the RPK-12 a try. Try the setup that I mentioned. If it doesn't work for you, then try something else. See what it fits in terms of your playstyle and how it works for you. Take care, guys, and I will see you all next time.